So good afternoon. Um, this is Tarot by Sunshiny Day, and I am Sunshiny Day. Now, I am recording two videos in one day, which is highly unusual for me, but today I had an extra day off from work, and I decided that I was going to make it a day about my cards for myself and for those people visiting my channel. And I know the world is going through a lot. And I see a lot of comments on social media about the issues going on with Israel and Palestine. And I think both sides have a very strong following and support in in, in America and all around the world. Now, I live in America, so that's the only place I can really speak for. It's getting very contentious. Is that the word? And it hasn't had like riots yet, but we've had some like one-on-one scuffles, and I think even a couple of people died. One was actually murdered. It was a Jewish man was murdered by I don't know if it was just, I don't know where the person was from, so I'm not going to surmise that I know that part. But it was a Jewish person that was murdered. And there's a lot of fear around what might happen here because of the unrest. So I thought I would come on here and do a reading about it. Now, normally what I do is I normally pull the cards before I come on so I can collect my thoughts on what I want to say. Well, I'm not going to do that today because my guides just have told me not to do that. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards and ask for guidance on the Israeli-Palestine conflict and see what comes up. Now, I was going to come on here and do a reading to see if Donald Trump was going to be the next president or if he was going to be in jail, but this came up. So okay, so I'm shuffling them and then I'm putting them in 1, 2, 3 piles, and then I'm going to let my pendulum choose which pile I should read from. Okay, pendulum, give me the answer for which deck or which pile of cards I should read from for the answer on the conflict between Palestine and Israel. Okay, so it's telling me that I should pull 4 cards, and the first card should be Israel. The second card should be Palestine. The third card should be the outcome. And then the fourth card will be a clarifier. Okay, so let's see. Which deck should I use? Should I use this deck? Okay, it's saying right away I should use the first deck. Should I use this deck? Nope, it's saying not to use that deck. Should I use this deck? No. Gosh, I always wonder how that... Because normally it's the deck I would have chosen anyways. But I love doing it because it just gives you definitive yes and no on this. Okay, so now I'm going to pull from the top the 4. So this 1, this is Israel, this is Palestine, this is the outcome, and this is going to be the clarifier. Okay, so, and I'll put this pile up here in case I need it for something else, okay? Ooh, I'm getting chills about it, okay? So, this is Israel. This is Palestine. This is the outcome. And this is the clarifier. I'm going to put the clarifier here because I don't want to overread it. Whew. So Israel is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a young person, which would make sense because in time, Israel, as far as the Jews go, now that some argue this, but their return to that part of the world hasn't been in the world's time, in the earth's time. It hasn't been that long. So Israel, as its own country, is very young. But you can see that it's abundant, and it's got a long way to go, and things cannot go unfinished. Now, Israel also has to be careful because it does have a fiery what's the word I want to use? It's displaying its power. Israel is displaying its power, and it's very fiery. But it can't go unfinished. Whatever their goal is, they actually have to follow it through. And to me, the page is also a messenger. And see, he's looking up and he's seeing his abundance, but he's also looking up maybe to his spirit guides, and he's looking above it all. Now, it's not going to be easy. This isn't going to be easy. But it's got to follow through and finish. And the abundance is there for Israel. Okay? Now, this is a very interesting card for Palestine. I don't think that Palestine is going to come to the table because the Ace of Cups shows a peaceful offering. A hand is reaching out. You know, this is like the chalice and the, you know, it's a beautiful thing normally when it's upright, but this is upside down. So what I think this is saying is that they're not going to come to the table right away, which is going to lead to more destruction by Israel. Yeah, because they're not taking the offer. They're not going to take the offer. Not right away anyways. But look at here. Look at the outcome. The final outcome is this. The sun. Which to me says that everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. So far, Israel can't lose its momentum on its goal, but it has to curtail its fiery passion towards their goal. They're very abundant and young. The message is for them to see their way through it, even though it's going to be a rocky road or a mountainous task. They have to see their way through it. Palestine's not going to take the offer initially. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what, if they just never take the offer but the outcome is still good, or if they come back to the table and take the offer. So let's look at the clarifier. Clarifier is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, there's even though it says this is the clarifier. So I'm going to put the clarifier. I'm going to put it over here because I don't want to be biased on it. So clarifier says that it's the outcome isn't going to, it's not going to be because people are working together. This outcome is not going to be because Palestine and Israel come together. Something else is going to happen. It's going to be forced by maybe another country, or the world as a whole, or it's going to be forced by Israel. But the outcome is not going to happen because they're coming together. Wow. So hold on a minute. I want to take another card here, and I'm going to put it here. Let's put that there. So even though Israel seems like a shining star, which, I mean, if you look at it in a biblical sense, it is, they're off kilter still. They have to be careful, like I said. And look at this. Palestine is looking out across the water. What's the body of water there? Is that the Mediterranean Sea? Across the water there to see their options. So I think, some people their outcome is going to be to move away from Palestine. But the outcome is going to be okay for everyone involved. But it's not going to be because everybody's cooperating. Isn't that an interesting reading? Oh my gosh. I wonder how long it's going to take. I know what I'll do. I'm going to get one of my trusty oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Let me see. Which one should I use? The trusty oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Let's use the Ascended Masters. Because I don't want to get over religious and use the Mary Queen of Angel cards, because that's like kind of a Protestant or Catholic. So I'm going to pick, which card should I pick? There's 44 cards in here. I'm going to pick the 40th card. So I'm going to oh no, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to let my pendulum pick. Okay? So which one should I use for the final outcome, or for the angel card reading on Israel and Palestine? Should I use this deck? Nope, it says not to use that deck. Should I use this deck? Yes, it says to use that second deck. Okay. Now we're going to narrow it down and keep doing this. I'm not going to keep asking the pendulum because it already knows what my question is. Okay, narrowed it down to that. Okay, how many cards are here? 3 and 3. So, okay, so it keeps wanting me to use the second deck. The card they want me to use is in here. It's one of these cards. It's the first card. Look at that. It's the first card. Okay. Ooh, this is kind of scary. Okay, so this is the card from the Ascended Masters Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Teacher. What does that mean? What does that mean? Let's see. Teacher. I think these are in alphabetical order. 80. Teacher. It says, this card is about learning and teaching. You've learned a lot from your experience and relationships, and now it's time to pass that knowledge along to others. Your current situation is bringing you opportunities for spiritual growth and teaching you some important life lessons. As soon as you understand and accept these lessons, old patterns will drop away and be replaced with wonderful new experiences. Wow, that's really interesting. And then it says, this additional meanings, this situation is bringing you important life lessons. Ask yourself, what's the blessing that this situation has brought? Does it regard life purpose? Do you need to forgive someone? And are you urging others to teach this lesson? What? Oh my God. The mystery is we don't know who's doing the teaching, Israel or Palestine. Or maybe it's the energy of the world. And this person on here who's the teacher, what page was that? Number 80. I can't ever spell or pronounce these names right, but Doreen Virtue, in her infinite, was that the word infinite wisdom, has it sounded out phonetically. Look. So this teacher's name is Mahakohan Oki C. And I'm not going to try to say that again. So he is, he's known as the divine director, and he's regarded as a great spiritual teacher whose students include Saint Germain. He's very involved. Oh my God, listen to this. I am getting chills out of this. You guys should be in the room with me right now. He's very involved with world government leaders, intuitively guiding them towards peaceful resolutions. Oh my God, I'm glad I went back and read this. Call on him for help with esoteric learning, spiritual teaching, and efforts towards world peace. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God, I don't know. I'm flabbergasted. So that is the reading for an issue going on between Israel and Palestine. Okay, so Palestine, Israel needs to keep going. Don't stop. They have to finish what they started. But don't do it with a fiery rage. Palestine's not going to accept this offer. Whatever happens, the outcome is going to be world peace, but it's not going to be by working together. And somehow this saint has some sort of energy involved in it. I don't know if Palestine or Israel, one of the leaders there, pray to this person. I'm going to have to look into it more. Now, I'm not going to try to say his name again, but hold on a minute. So let's look him up. And then there was two other cards, still unbalanced. They still have to, I'm thinking this is the Star of David for this particular reading. And then a lot of the Palestine is looking towards its efforts across the water. I don't know what's going to happen. However, this is the final outcome. Now, I'm always telling you guys when I come on here, when I do readings, I always pull an oracle card for the final to sum it all up. And this has summed it up, and it's just, oh my God. Come on, really? Let's read that again, man. I want to see that again. Let's read that again. This is the teacher. His name is Mahakohan Ragokisi. He's the teacher. He's also known as the divine director. Is regarded as a great spiritual teacher for those students such as Saint Germain. He's involved with world government leaders, intuitively guiding them towards peaceful resolutions. Call on him for esoteric learning, spiritual teaching, and efforts towards world peace. I'm speechless. So that's the end of my reading for the outcome with Israel and Palestine. And as always, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Please subscribe, share, and I don't even know what the other thing is because I'm so speechless. And I do hope there's world peace. So peace out, everyone.